Hey word nerds, Kate here with a new fairy tale discovery to share with you. I really like finding new fairy tales, and it helps that I have these two huge books full of them that I don't know. And actually, all this knowledge is starting to come in handy. The other day, my sister Courtney, who you may remember from my book challenge video a couple weeks ago, she got in touch with me. She is studying music, and this summer she is playing the lead role in an opera based on Cinderella. And she wanted to talk to me about characterization and motivation for the part. And so we had a really great conversation about, why does Cinderella act the way she does? Why does she let things happen? And it was just really neat to put this knowledge that I have of fairy tales to practical use. So today's fairy tale discovery comes from Hans Christian Andersen's collected fairy tales. It's a very interesting story called The Silver Shilling, and I started reading it and I was like, oh, this is kind of cute, and then it got more interesting. So the story is about a sentient coin that basically is telling its life story through this fairy tale. The first couple paragraphs are a normal fairy tale, just kind of a background. Once there was a coin that was created and sent out into the world, and a small child held it, and then a beggar held it, and then an old man held it, and just kind of the different things that happen to a coin. As you would expect, it gets traded around a lot. But then it gets interesting. About a third of the way into the story, it switches from third-person narrator to first-person narrator. And the first-person narrator is the coin. So, at this point, the coin has been traveling abroad with its current holder and gets lost in this foreign country where it is of no use. And so the coin almost has like an existential crisis of, what use am I? At this point, the coin still gets passed around like it did back in its home country, but in different ways. It kind of gets pawned off on other people. No one wants to keep it. For example, a child bores a hole in it and puts a string through it and makes it a necklace. A woman soaks it in vinegar, someone else thinks it might be lucky and tries to use it to buy a lottery ticket, but it just keeps getting pushed around and no one wants it. And finally, it ends up in the hands of someone from its home country, and eventually it makes it home and becomes a normal coin again. It was a very interesting story about, value and perception of worth. I mean, it's about coin, but it's much deeper than you would think. So there you have it. If you're interested in reading the story, I will put a link to a copy of the text below. And if you're interested in seeing my sister sing, she has a YouTube channel now, so I will put a link to that as well. If you're interested in more of my words, you can check out links below to my blog, Facebook page, and Twitter account. I love to hear from you, so comment below and let me know what you think of this fairy tale. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and you will see me next time, word nerds.